Hey Trek Gang, what's going on in this week's episode of the Boeville in Newtown? Well, it's right over here. Stand by and we'll get into what's happening this week. Well, hello Track Gang, and welcome to episode 28, and there was a reason why I was wearing the glasses, and looking at this thing isn't going to work, so anyway. It's episode 28 for 2024. It happens to be September the 26th of 2024. Here we are again. I was hoping to have something to show from the spray booth. I ran into two problems. Spray booth works perfect, by the way. The issue is the fact that the other night when I went in, and I've been messing with this thing off and on all week, but when I went in to spray something that I'm working on for some scenery over here, when I went to mix the paint, I realized that I was running out of the color that I needed. And then I made a second mistake, and that was originally when I mixed that paint up to paint what I was painting the first time, I had used black instead of gray, and this time I used gray, and the color didn't come out the way that I thought it should, and I was playing around with messing with it, so on and so forth. And basically, where we're at with it is the first piece that I tried to spray with the airbrush, I had way too much liquid in it and not enough pigment, or at least I thought. And I let that dry for a couple of days, and it actually didn't dry bad. I mean, I was actually quite pleased with it, and the color wasn't bad, and it's not too far to have, you know, what I'm working on to have different colored pieces, but I just went back there to spray paint some more of it, or airbrush some more of it, and realized that I was still having issues with the paint mix. And I'm interested to see how this next set turns out. I will probably show that in the next video. But like I said, it's still a learning curve, and it's been a long time since I've airbrushed anything. Anyway, going across some haunts on YouTube, I realized that Barnabas Rex, along with one or two others, and I'm sorry if I don't remember their names, I'd have to go, actually, you know what, I'm sitting here in front of the computer like a freaking idiot. I could go into my history, and I don't know why I bothered closing what I wanted to keep up. I just closed it out, because we're going to do something else that I haven't done in a while, and I will get to that here in a bit. But at any rate, okay, that's back to normal. Now let's see if I can get into what was I looking at the other night. Sorry folks. Alright, Barnabas Rex, and he came up with a way to make your own acrylic airbrush thinner. The other one was the Airbrush Asylum, which I'm sure that most of us within the community are probably familiar with. But those were the two that I've been kind of going back, or going in to look at and see what they were up to. And Barnabas Rex actually has a really good idea on how to make a thinner for acrylics, so that you can use them through, so you can use artists' acrylics through an airbrush. Okay, fine. I also found out through doing some other investigation that they actually do make airbrush acrylics. Duh! Who knew? So I've actually got them up on my wish list on Amazon. along with another airbrush. I've actually looked into some reviews and actually looked online, and because I'm not ready to go after a Pache or something high valued like that, I want to mess around, especially since the Badger is a single action brush. I want to give Master Airbrush a shot with its dual action, which is something I've never messed with before. So I want to mess with something on the cheaper side first, see how it plays. If I'm not happy with it, then I'm not out, you know, hundreds of dollars, let's put it that way. So the next step is for me to go ahead and get some more paint, try and mix up some of this thinner that Barnabas Rex was talking about. And there is actually something else back there too that I went last week, and I actually went over to the dollar store and picked up something that is going to help me with the airbrushing as well. Not going to show that because I'm not really focused on that tonight. I'm just kind of going over the reason why this video isn't what I was originally thinking it was going to be. So anyway, why are we sitting here at the computer station instead of back there at the airbrush station? Well, like I said, number one, I'm still playing with the airbrush. That's number one. Number two, I had made a statement in the last video, actually in the last couple of videos, that I wanted to do a shout out video because it's something I haven't done in a while. So that's what we're going to get into next. Now you're going to have to pardon me because I'm going to have to drop the glasses and you're going to be looking at the side of my head, which means you'll be able to see the wall. Just saying. Okay, so for the month of September so far, we've got Big Sky Rockies, we've got Evan 1956, we've got Clover Valley Northern. Those were the three that came in this month. Now, going back to August, I had a few more. Jason Young, John Crane Jr., Great Northern, JJ, Mark E. Saunders. I know he's been around for a while. I'm not sure what happened with his subscription, but he's back in here in my subscribers list. So that takes care of August and September. We're going to go back to July now, and we got Dennis Mann Jr., John Edson. I almost said Edison. It's not. It's Edson. Sorry. Bill Pierce. And I got to go over to the next page. And that is it for July. Now we're going to go back to June. We got Paul, and I believe the name is Mallet. If I pronounced that wrong, Paul, I'm sorry. We got Tim J.D. Dowd, who I know is a follower of Opa Dodge. We've got Charles Ross. That was it for June. Going back to April, I've got Micro Andy. I've got RTZ 197. And then going back into March, I've got Old Camp Ranch, Vincent Hewing. And that was it for March. And then going back to January, I've got Kevin Beverly. We've got the Chattanooga Southern, Ian. And we got Sigur Gore. Sorry if I pronounced that one wrong. And I know I've got one more page because there was one person that came in at the very beginning of the year, and that was Mr. Jim Francis. Now, that is all my new subscribers for 2024, and I do appreciate everybody hanging out and supporting the channel. You know, just coming in, leaving comments, leaving likes, things of that nature. I do appreciate it. I've stated it before. I will state it again. If you leave a comment, I will I will do my best to respond. Because I value everybody that leaves a comment. I mean, you took the time to watch the video and leave me a comment. I appreciate the comment, and I will reply back to you. I am currently at, let me go back up here a second. I am currently at 656 subscribers. It's been one of those days. So, I mean, here it is. I've been at this almost 10 years. I was kind of hoping that I'd have a few more subscribers by now, but then again, I'm a DC model railroader with a, 34 foot by 8 foot layout that I've been working on now since 2019. I've I really haven't had the chance to get into live streams because I've been busy. You know, getting into other people's live streams. I miss getting in on Opa Dodges on Fridays, Friday evening. I miss getting into Dave Thurber's on Thursday morning. I haven't been able to hit Heath's stream on Wednesdays. I know that there's a couple of streams that happen on Wednesday. There's a couple happen on Thursday. There's one right before Sidetrack Sunday, and that's it over at Happy Valley Hobbies. I know that we've got On Track Tuesday with the gang over there, Wilmer and Robert over at the Flying Crow, Redbird Tony and Dave over at the Crooked River and Eastern. You know, I miss getting into those streams because I have just been so busy with other things. You know, life gets in the way. You know, I got to take care of life first, and then I can go in and hit some of these streams and be able to sit in on some of them. I know Jason the Train Freak usually has, pardon me, my mustache is going up my nose. I know he's been doing impromptu live streams around lunchtime, which is cool. I just haven't been able to get into those either. You know, it is what it is. I do know that there is there's an off-track Monday, I think, that James over the Dundas Junction runs, and again, I mean, I'm just thinking of stuff off the top of my head. I just haven't had a chance to get there. Anywho, enough with that rambling. As I mentioned on Sidetrack Sunday, I am going to be looking at probably another tower computer, because the one that I've got I think it's pretty much on its last leg, and the laptop, unfortunately, that Rachel gave me took a dump on us as well. It looks like the motherboard may have gone up in it for whatever reason, which really doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. We got to move on. So, one more thing. I was hoping to get it done tonight, and I just ran out of time. I will put. I'm trying to put something together for the meet and greet, and well, what's going to be in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks as of tomorrow. You know, I do plan on, obviously we've got the Great Scale Model Train Show in town. We're going to have the meet and greet, and that will be, and I'll mention it again, if you're going, when you first come into the Cow Palace, if you look off to the right side of the food court, on the right side of the food court, there is a big garage door. That is the west portal going into the north end of the the Cow Palace. That's where all the layouts usually are. There are some things up there for high rail and for S gauge. There are a few vendors over there for that, and I think even G gauge as well. But most of the layouts, most of the modular layouts are on that in that north hall. The central hall is mainly, it's the food court and some other vendors, and then of course the south hall is mainly vendors with a couple of layouts over there. Usually the Baltimore S-Scalers are over, or American Flyer is over on the left side, all the way, well, not all the way in the back, but up against the back wall. But my plan, around, let's say, between 11 and 11:30, that portal, you know, at the Cow Palace, we'll have our meet and greet. I'll catch up with folks at that point, just make sure that I've got the numbers straight, and then we'll go, like I said, I'll probably end up coming back here at like 2 o'clock, getting things finished, getting things prepped up, order the food. Hopefully the food will be here. Well, I'm not going to order it right away. It depends on how many people are coming back. You know, are going to stay for dinner or whatever you want to call it. And then we'll go from there. Like I said, I plan on coming back here at around 2. I'll go ahead and finish getting things together, making sure everything's set up. I do believe the show is over at 4. So those that are from out of town that want to that maybe want to go back to their hotel and freshen up or whatever, that's fine. You'll have time because, like I said, probably between 5 and 5:30 is when I'll order in food. Looking for ideas on that. I want to put together a Google form like I did for the one last year. I was hoping I still had it. I couldn't find it. No idea where it went. So I'll have to go digging. But at any rate, if you want to let me know ahead of time, my email's on my About page. You can send me an email saying that you're coming in. And then, like I said, when we actually meet up, we can get things together for whatever. And then, of course, we've mentioned it already, too. On the 13th of October is the Stella Maris Crab Feast. That's my daughter's, the organization my daughter works for. And I know some folks have already have gone in for that. We really do appreciate that. Really, really do. So, with that being said, I've talked for 15 minutes already. You all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Time out. One important message. This week's Sidetrack Sunday, and yes, there is a 5th Sunday to September this year. Sidetrack Sunday, 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern, is going to be Dave over at DB Tech. Make sure you check him out. Link will be in the description as always. And you all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We'll see you.